So, what's up, everybody? I just wanted to talk about the power of your mind, your minds, your mind. It's like when you truly take and create with the power that you've been given by your source, your creator. Look, I can't zoom in. Oh, shit. Okay, let me look. Your creator, that power that is given to you, it's like you can't do nothing with it except for what's meant to be done. So if you're out here trying to take advantage of what you've got, you're taking advantage of yourself. And that's something that you give away, though. Like you give that away to the problem. Okay, so I was just talking, and so, you know, as I'm talking to myself, I'm really understanding and like I'm really evaluating, like, who is it that's meant for me? And then I had to take a second back, and I take a step back, and I take a second back, and I think to myself, look, this the crazy part. Look, y'all, ain't nobody meant for you except for who is your creator. That's the relationship that you have with the Almighty, the Most High, the Source, nature. Sorry about my voice. It's just like my allergies been like really kicking in recently. Anyway, so you have that connection with your most high source creator to give you exactly what you're looking for. It's not what you're thinking about, it's what you look for. Look, when it comes to so many different things that you can truly comprehend, like in this life and shit, you just gotta understand, can't nobody take away what you have truly been given for good. Like, some things come with temporary things, and this could be something that happened with Source, that you receive temporary things, but what's meant to really stay with you is what's meant to be. There's nothing and nobody that can take away what's meant and designed for you. Like, it's like you have to think about everything like a design for real. Like, how you put together things in a design, but you take away what no longer serves that design. That design is you. That design is the ultimate plan that that you're meant to connect with. It's like you connect with the different aspects of what that design brings you, but you have to know that you're within a design. You're inside of that. And you have to know what that does. So, like, okay, so I'm making moves and shit, doing my little, I went to say some trap shit. I don't know where that came from, but like, no, like, I'm really like on some out here grinding type shit, like really grinding. Okay, so basically, somebody decided they wanted to steal a pack of cigarettes out of my car today. Okay, and so initially when I seen that happen, I'm like, oh, this dusty lame motherfucking weird ass motherfucking nigga stole my motherfucking cigarette. I mean, the dude was sitting right next to my car, like. But a long story short, I came to realize what you need is gonna come to you, and what is no longer serving you. Like, that pack of cigarettes no longer served me, and it left my life. And so, long story short, I had to end up really out here trapping. And I mean, like, what you do when you on your last of everything. Like, I'm out here embracing my last. Like, I'm embracing my last. I'm embracing what. Hold on, is this Bluetooth on, bruh? I hope this Bluetooth isn't on. I'm gonna be pissed. Hold on, wait. Part two coming. Okay, so this part two. I have to turn my Bluetooth off. I don't know how that's gonna sound, But yeah, so, I'm out here trapping and stuff. I'm really having to, trap and do this shit where I'm actually making money moves that are gonna inspire my creative possibility of my future. So I'm thinking to myself, how am I gonna get this pack of cigarettes back later on? Like, I need these motherfuckers type shit. And then I really have to think to myself, and I really had to, that's no longer in the picture. So what can I do that's gonna invent and inspire a new outcome for my day? Because that's what I do, you know, that part of yourself that really understands yourself will understand that, like, what is for you happens for you for a reason. And that's something that's gonna happen for you. You know, I am I'm currently in my car just sharing some thoughts and stuff like that. So I decided, like, hold on, wait. Let me think about myself for a second. Let me do some introspect. Let me go deep in and let me see what is produced, and am I happy with it and stuff. And so, you know, a part of your journey is gonna entail you having to figure out things that other people wish that they could do. If you're one of those people that have been born with the purpose that God places on your life. It's like when God plays something on your life, it's like can't nobody and can't nothing shake your perception of what God is truly doing with you. And it's like God is gonna make sure God God is gonna make sure that you actually see who you are, like in your relationships, in your circumstances, in your friendships, in your daily life, in your relationship with the things that you do, and the things that you are, and the things that you serve your energy to be with. God takes all of the pain that comes with you having to figure it out. Like, that's what I really want to name this message, figuring it out. Because it's like something that is truly coming from you is is that is that is that it's a energy that only you can supply. So every time that you think that, oh, somebody's not noticing in me, or somebody's not understanding me and my point and stuff, like with you and figuring it out, people are gonna expect that you have that answer the moment that they realize that you're trying to figure out something that they've been trying to figure out for 40, sometimes 60, 70 plus years. And with that, you have to actually take the time to, like, fuck, shit, see, distractions. But you have to really know, like, for real, that's a part of it, though. You have to take what it is that you are having to truly express and embrace. That's your life. You have to take care of that like it's a little baby, like literally. Like, you think that the baby is a baby till you have an actual life. The things that, like, I've seen so many different things on social media, and that's caused me to disconnect from it. It's caused me to disconnect from it, and that's only because I had to take the time and the space to know and to recognize that my space is so important to me that I can't want to be available in another person's space in order to really feel like, oh, I'm so big, or I'm so this, I'm that, I'm, you know, this, the shit, nigga. And it's something that I have to truly embrace with me. This detachment, whatever you want to call it, this separation, this, goodbye to it. Because in a way, it feels like a goodbye. Because, okay, so I was talking about the detachment and the separation for social media, and then like my phone told me I had like no more storage. So okay, so I had to make some storage. So anyways, detaching is like, and separating from social media and stuff has been like such a hard thing for me because I've always been like super interested in the media for some reason. Like whenever I like, am on my phone and stuff like that, I'll immediately, oh, let me go check out my social media. So with that process, you have to understand that can't nobody, can't nothing determine or contract you into the space that you're in. Okay, so I was talking about my space as well, and with your space and everything. Hold on, wait, I gotta sneeze. Okay, maybe not. Okay, so when it comes to your space and stuff like that, you have to keep that energy as pure as possible in order to truly connect with like the source, the most high. It's like so many different names that you can call it and so many names that it goes by, but it's all the same. Like, and this is something I had experienced like when being on social media and stuff like that. Excuse me. With being on social media and stuff like that, I had truly experienced like a part of myself that had felt like, oh, like, am I not good enough to really express myself? Because it's like my expression differed so much from what I was experiencing on the platforms. And so now I've come to a complete halt and a pause when it comes to like what I'm truly giving my energy and time to. It's only going to happen to those who are ready to really receive myself. I can't say enough how like happy I am that I've lost some like friendships and relationships and connections. Like it's like I like fell off of social media for a minute when I lost some friendships and connections and stuff like that. And but it was like the best thing that ever happened to me though. As I look back, it's like I stopped seeing other people as competition. Like that was one of my main things that I had to conquer. Seeing other people's life, they're seeing other people's life achievements, or even it could be as simple as seeing other people's lifestyles. And that's what I really want to go into, is why it's important to always like do for you and expect source to do for you while doing for you. Source will do for you what nobody else has shown you. And that's something that I can truly like, give my testimony to. It's been like so many different things that like come to me to challenge me. And I think to myself, well, I'm gonna get through it because I'm me. But I can't always think like that. Like, I'm me, I'm just me. And that's because, and I'm gonna get through that regardless. I can't think like that. Like, I have to actually think in a mindset that's rational. And I think that other people have to do the same thing. Other people have to think in a rational mindset that's going to truly allow the things that they're experiencing to come to clarity. I think a lot of people are in things that they don't have a clear mindset about. Like you'll think like, oh, I was raised upon this, or oh yeah, I was, so I seen this when I was in the streets, or I seen this when I was, in this connection and things like that. It's like some type of connection culture that I feel that it is. Like, it's like the moment that you open up yourself to what's positive, that all changes though. Every connection is not positive. But I just really want to move on and just say your connection with sources though, your connection with God is, your connection with the most highest and everything else. That is pure, that it is. It's pure. When it's meant to be pure, when it is pure, everything is not, and you have to just think about it. Everything's not meant to be cookie cut in stone. When you understand, like, can't nobody determine who you are and what you have truly been meant to have. When you truly conquer and accomplish what you need to, there are gonna be things that open up for you that make you ready for what you are, because you are that already, what you are. Okay, so I'm thinking to myself, man, how the fuck am I about to sit here and buy another pack of cigarettes when I am literally on my last dimes out here trying to squeeze together some sort of mixtape or something, but really trying to make a way for myself, like, and how the fuck am I about to sit here and do this? And then it comes to me, maybe they needed that. Like, maybe they needed that time and that space with what that was, so that they can have that experience that they're looking for. And I'ma just crunch up some numbers to make it happen, that I'm having a spiritual moment where I'm really thinking to myself, this life is like, it's lessons. Like, it treats you like a lesson so that you get the lesson. It'll treat you like what you're trying to learn, and it'll have you and your character tested, because it wants to show you who you've been all of this time. I know, all over a little pack of cigarettes, but I'm saying, like, it's crazy. Like, I'm really having a spiritual moment where I'm feeling that, like, the things that are possible are literally being made possible for my sake. Can't nobody tell me that I'm not the cutest motherfucker walking. Can't nobody tell me I ain't the sexiest. Can't nobody tell me my voice say sexy. Nah, but can't nobody tell me nothing negative about me, because I've done the work to understand that this life is gonna try to tell you some things that maybe are not correct, because this life is like, it's a learning time. And everything with life and everything, that's not always what it is. You got to understand, it's a lot of fake lives. It's a lot of fake living out here. It's a lot of fronting out here. But at the same time, you have to understand that, like, with yourself, and when it comes to you and yourself, you are at peace with just knowing God got it. Look, God got it. Okay? So I'm just so happy to just be sharing some more parts of me. I try to just switch it up on everyone if I'm able to, like, when I can and stuff, because I want people to actually see that, like, there is so much more to a person when you actually choose and set the intention to, like, discover yourself and get to know yourself. It's a lot of things that happen to only try to show you, like, what it is that you're refusing to grow through your circumstances, and that's why it hasn't come, whatever it is. We all want and need things in this life. So if it doesn't come, that's when you have to just say, well, I tried it, and I'm going to continue to try it. I'm going to understand these things that occur, these things that you experience. It's like it's only gonna be a mass reveal when you really get to the bottom of why you're here and what you're experiencing and what that is and why. So I'm just thinking also possibly when it comes, for some, you gotta expect your life to literally change. And so when it comes to that change that you experience, it's like you have to have that connection back to you whenever you feel like something is maybe getting overwhelming or too much for you. You have to have that, and that's what this time is for now. So I just be picking up on little messages, and so that's what I wanted to say and share with everyone. But no, like, I really want to talk about what is going on with people's mindsets to make them believe that they better than somebody because they got a couple of friends back in the day. Like, ain't that crazy? It be the same people who rolling with the same ratchet ass, ghetto ass niggas and bitches. And these people don't even understand, like, okay, that don't make you the shit because you hanging around a crew that's thinking dumb as fuck as you all of the time. They think just like each other. Like, what's up with that? Huh? 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 Like, why are there so many different things that happen and then that makes people feel like they had their life together because they got a couple of heads that bobble around them like they're stupid ass potato head every day and night and morning and evening and everywhere else that they be together with. Everyone else that they be together with. Everything that they be together with. It's like you had to choose to take the culture mentality of, okay, that wasn't the right one. When it comes down to like yourself and your journey, your healing journey, it make you really boil down who is actually for you though. Because there'd be a lot of these people like hanging around all these people who don't give a fuck about them. Like, they don't give a care about them. They don't want to get to know them. Like, on a deeper level though, I just want to say it's a lot of different things that you have to experience in order for you to truly understand that only you can make your life look different. That's all I gotta say. And secondly, why do people think that they have the mass majority opinion because they got a couple thousand likes on social media? That's another thing that I don't understand. You're not speaking for nobody because you're saying something that nobody else would even think to say out of their mouth because you don't practice netiquette. What is it? Netiquette, whatever it's called. You don't practice that. And I think that people don't understand, like, when it comes to what you would say to a person in their face versus like what you would truly say that you were like, I don't know, online and shit. It's like, let me just say, a lot of people think that they're the right one for having the it's like they have the opinion that nobody else got, but they got everybody else's opinion on. And they think they're the right one for it though. Like, that's so weird to me. And so I'm thinking to myself, like, well, you know, it's a good comment for those who are looking to maybe peel back and almost expose a person for being a person and human. I think a lot of people have like a culture mentality, a really cultured mentality, where they think that they have to gain the upper hand from other people And that comes by pooping on them, shitting on them, or saying something that nobody else would say that's unconventional. I think that it's a lot of stuff that just really gets on my nerves. Like, I just have to think to myself, how can I make my spaces, how can I make my space? Because, Twitter is my space. So, like, how can I make my space better? And that's the only thing I have to think to myself. Because, okay, so where was I? Okay, okay. So there are so many different things that are just out here, and truly and honestly, I don't have the time to really even ponder it, because I'm trying to make sure that my space stays holy, sacred, pure. And so you have to know that people can carry with them energy that can't nobody get rid of except for them, if they want to though. But they like it. So with that, I hope that you forgive me for these videos being in parts and stuff. It's in a part. And that's because yeah, my phone keeps saying I don't have memory, so I have to like delete some stuff. But really, I'm just thinking, like, there are so many things that we have to conquer in this life, and that comes by you having to understand that you come by the things that you come by, and it's not by an accident. And when these things come to you, and they're gonna come, and they're gonna keep coming forever, for the rest of your life, as these things come, as we experience these shifts and stuff like that, you have to understand that, like, there's gonna be a time for you to act on what it is, and there's gonna be a time for you to sit with and to embrace that. That's what you earned. This is what I earned. And you have to sit there to yourself and tell yourself that this is what I earned. Now, when it comes to what you earn, once you earn it, it's yours. And can't nobody take credit for it. Can't nobody take it away. Can't nobody make it disappear. Can't nobody cover it up. Can't nobody mask it, put some makeup on it, put a wig on it. Can't nobody take it, throw it away, and then reconnect with it at a later time and get back with it. Can't nobody do that, because it's something that you've earned. And that space comes completely when you're really ready to be non-toxic. When you're ready to really, let me say it right. When you're ready to really understand, and you're willing to understand and accept, when you're ready to accept, and when you're ready to really understand why that is there, it's going to take you so much further than what you think about. Because in your life, you got things that you think about, and then you got to take that, what you've earned, and you got to transform that forever completely. That's going to be always yours. It never goes away. What you earn never goes away. What you earn never goes away. So when you're here with what you've earned, you have a right to exist in that place, in that space, because that's only something that you have possibly achieved. I mean, people have things that they've earned all the time that they haven't achieved, though. You can earn a motherfucking medal, but you could be the slowest person in the race. I'm saying that again. I say you can earn a motherfucking medal, but you can be the slowest person in the race. Like, ain't that crazy? But I just wanted to say, I'm just so very happy to be sharing more. And I'm going to continue to share more about me. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to make this like one thing. Give me 1 second. Okay. Hold on, wait. Okay. So I'm going to continue to share more in the future. But I'm just really happy that, like, today was like, it ended up being okay though, because I ended up getting that check back. It was really, it was possible for me to do that, so that's what I did. Oh my gosh, give me 1 second. Okay, so I'm gonna continue to share more, and I'm just gonna experience like what that's gonna do for me, because we always gotta look for what we gotta benefit from it. What am I gonna get out of doing this and that? And that's something that I gotta get out of my head and get out of the mentality of what I'm gonna get from this. What is this gonna do for me? Like, what's gonna happen? That's all that I'm about. What's gonna happen? Nah, but I really have to get out of that space so that I can continue to learn more about what's meant to happen. And I didn't want to say that, but I had to just be honest with myself in this moment and just truly like embrace that there are gonna be things that try to tell you that, oh, you weird, you odd, you strange, you not like nobody else, you not like no other. They're gonna be trying to say all this different dumb shit to try to make it so that you shut that down, that part of you down that's truly meant to be alive, if that makes sense. It's just so much that we have to conquer, like, in this world, in this 3D, we have so much to conquer. And that's anybody ever trying to say that you trying to be like somebody else, that they're trying to be like all the time. You don't have to be this idol. Say that you are, someone who is influential and stuff. You don't have to be this idol to other people because they saying that that's what it is that you are. You can be something completely different outside of that perspective. It's so many different things that you have to understand, and that's that things happen when it's time to. And you'll see so many different things in society that you may really be though. You gotta keep that in mind whenever you're thinking, oh, somebody got it against me, or oh, they're trying to say things about me and this and that. You have to trust that it's all possible for none of it to even be heard, because I think that people can hear people talk, but they really don't be listening to a word that they be saying though. Like, people are so different. Like, you have to know that people are so different that they literally think so differently that it, like, they're totally different people out here for you to surround your time with. If anybody is or has ever said anything about you that you wish that they hadn't, it's a time now to just recollect yourself and just to know it's a time for everything. And this is the time now to just stay prayed up. Like, stay prayed up. And when I say that, like, I really mean like stay prayed up. Hold on. I had to roll my window up. Okay. So it's so many different people that, like, they wanna try to connect with you on a deep level, and that's in order to actually tear you down as an individual, and then make themselves the praised when you come back up from that. Like, they know that you're gonna basically come up from a thing that's been way. Okay, so what I'm trying to say, everything that falls down, everything that comes down, what comes up. Everything that falls down, what gets up. You can't be worried about what people have to say about you. That's only gonna make it harder for you to understand and analyze who you truly are, because they don't know if they're talking about you. Shouldn't nobody have nobody else conversation in their mouth? It's somebody else conversation that they should be having with somebody else. That shouldn't exist in any other place other than when you're with those people. So, sorry, I'm in a parking lot. I know this shit This shit feel ghetto, but it's really not though. Because when I really choose to accept my circumstance, I understand that that comes with cars. It comes with birds, planes, fire trucks, police cars, and it comes with people maybe talking. But yeah, okay. So there are so many different things that you can do to like improve your life and stuff, and that's something I want to talk about as well. Um, One of the things that you can do, you can actually sit with yourself and start telling yourself what it is when you're in those situations that can make you feel so lost that you feel like you actually are like a piece of shit. Because that's how people like act like, probably, if it relate to you, you know, if they talking shit, if they talking, if they talk about you, they probably, you know, choose to treat you like a piece of shit and stuff. They probably choose to, you know, they choose to do it all the time. Can't nobody stop you from what you're meant to have. And that's gonna only come from the connection that you hold with what you have. Don't let nobody take that from you. Whatever it is, like what's yours, whether it be your reputation, whether it be your name, whether it even be your image, don't let nobody take that from you. You better hold on to that motherfucker like it's a corn dog on a stick at a carnival festival, that at a corn dog festival, carnival festival of corn dogs. Hold on to that, you know, will to have you really connect with the higher possibility that maybe they really are truly ignorant, dumb, stupid. Like those types of people and those types of individuals are really out here. Being said that, I don't have nothing against nobody that's ever said something about me that I didn't like. First off, you lost because you're even talking about me at all when you should be talking about yourself at all. There are so many different things that you have to just get over. And that's the fear that somebody is going to shut you down for you going your own way and stuff like that. Like, I can't stress enough. Like, you have to stick to the path. Like, you know, whatever your path is and stuff like that, stick to it. Don't let nobody try to tell you about what your path is bringing you at all. There are so many different things that just happen to show you that, like, it could be something as simple as your room not clean today. And somebody would have something negative to say about you. I promise you they would. But when that happens, because it's going to happen, you transform you to connect to you. And you don't let that affect a thing that you're doing and the movement that you're intending in your life. Like, I like so much that there's a lot of energy that is around me that I feel. But at the same time, ain't no energy about to tell me nothing about me when I really know myself and what's happened with me. I understand. I understand. There are things that like really come to attack you, but it comes to shake your life up because people are waiting for something from you, whether you realize it or not. They know those individuals, and this could be anybody that, you know, if it's like a large investment that goes into it, like monetarily or like financially, you know, you have, you know, then there are going to be times where when there are people that are actually going to try and test you to see what they see in you. Because, you know, it's people who see something in you. Like, I'm sure it's at least one person in your life, for those who are listening. It's at least one person in your life that that sees something in you, I'm sure. And when that happens, it's like people don't know how to respond because they never seen it though. Until somebody else seen it though. So then they wonder why they're seeing it though. You know, people can get so impatient when it comes to what's supposed to be and what's supposed to happen and how that's supposed to happen. You know, I think that it's just some things I shouldn't go into and I'm not. I think that there is just a point of clarity. I think that there's a point of clarity that you have to reach in yourself that tells you that you are who you say that you are. It doesn't matter who you are. Period. Point. Period. Point. Period. Point. Blank. Can't nobody ever tell you nothing about you because it just get to a point that like when you really like I'm gonna say this, when you really the shit, if a person who ain't the shit is in your presence, they really gonna not be the shit. And that's as simple as I could put it. I can't put it no more simpler than that. Period. Point blank. Shouldn't nobody be out here trying to tell anybody how to live or how to be? No one. It don't matter how old you are or how young that you are. It doesn't matter. Because when you choose you, somebody else is going to actually try to tell you something that ain't that. Because they can. There's so much stuff that we have to like really get our head wrapped around. And that's that we are truly blessed to be alive. Like, I think people don't understand how blessed we are to be alive. We're so blessed to be alive because it just gives you the chance and the opportunity to truly have that experience that you're looking for. Like, what you're looking for is there. Whether you acknowledge it or not, it's clearly, like, it gets to a point, it's clearly there. But what you do have to do, you have to understand that there are going to be people that try to deter you. And that's only a part of God's plan and process. You see, when you deterred, what's the first thing that you do? You look back. There are some times and some points of time where you wasn't appreciating yourself and your value. So you got to take that to the next level. And what? Start appreciating yourself and your value and your life and everything that is and everything that was. It doesn't matter how you say it. Like, you have to truly respect yourself if you want to get anything out of this life. And that's one thing that has to come is respect. You can't let nobody disrespect you out here. You just can't. This is the life. You just can't. Okay? Like, when you respect yourself, then you understand what that looks like. And then you don't tolerate it. And then that disrespect, it goes to another dimension where then you are able to address what that is because you don't allow that with yourself. That's as simple as I can put it. You can't allow that with yourself. Whether it comes from you or somebody else, it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. Don't let no motherfucker try to disrespect you because they couldn't find the respect in themselves to respect somebody else who ain't deserved nothing but that. Everybody deserve that. Do they get it? No. Is it my job to give it to them? No. It's their job to find that and find out that situation that they can gain that respect in, though. You see, it's so many different things that you have to truly understand when it comes to the game, to this game. It's a game. And what you have to do, you have to learn yourself the hoops. What is it? I don't know what it's called, but basically the hoops and the hops and the turns and all of that, the figuring out, you have to learn that. So many people are gonna try to tell you like, oh, you've changed and stuff because you're saying that you better respect me. And that's something that is gonna be forever remembered. When somebody disrespects you and crap, you're gonna forever remember that. It's just something that it's like, because when you're not treated decently, that then makes you a victim of that treatment, and it could almost become abusive, almost. Okay, anyways, you can't tolerate the disrespect, okay? Because when that becomes a point where you can't handle it no more, from wherever it comes from, you're gonna actually get to figure out what that looks like to be sad, to be low, to be depressed. All of these words aren't even owned, like I think that it's a lot of people that have to actually own up to just saying like, okay, this, let me just say, you have to own that entire situation in order to truly find out like what is it that's gonna make it stop. That's just all I gotta say. It's just so many different things I'm happy to just say. My album is not coming out. It's not gonna be an album, okay? It's gonna be an EP. It's gonna be an EP, and it's dropping. It's gonna have to drop, I think, sometime in June. Like, I'm still finalizing the date, so I want to say it's a date, but I'm still finalizing the last parts of it and stuff like that. So I'm gonna get with everybody about that. It's so crazy how like this world, excuse me, it's changed so much, but it's so much of the same thing though. Like, it's like whenever I see different, like, I'm just like in life and stuff, and then I'll just come across like structures, and I think to myself, the build is only to make you not understand, but it's more for you to just accept. And I think that we live in a society where we tolerate a lot of, it's like a lot of being told what it is, like with the signs and stuff, instead of it actually being like experienced for what it's been. I think that people are trying to find a way to completely transmute and dissipate and dissolve the past so much, get rid of, erase so much that you see so little of what you come there for. Like, I be in certain spots to just experience like the vibrance and the energy of that space. And I don't, a lot of the times where it's like something that's like, it was something there before and then it wasn't anything anymore, I actually get to a point where I'm like, oh, like, I'm sure this, I don't know, just say I'm at the park. I'm sure that this park 50 years ago felt so different and had such a different attraction than it did. I'm just going into this just to say that we have to preserve what it is. I think a lot of things have us out of this reality. You can get so sucked up and consumed in the appearance of something that you don't even know where that comes from. It comes from Mother Nature. And that can have you tolerate, it can have you tolerating, it can have you tolerate things that you are not, because of the way that something's appearing to be, if that makes sense. Just when being there. Because like, I feel like there are a lot of people out here that really want something better, like in a humanitarian way, but it's hard for people to accept what something has already been. Like, people don't go into that. Like, they call it shadow work. And I will agree. They call it dark night of the soul. They call it shadow work. I will agree with those two terms. You know, you could also call it a spiritual awakening. You can call it like so many different things. You can call it like root work, where you're like taking what's best from what's worst. And yeah, so when this occurs, when it's like when you're surrounded by people, because I think that people could get into energy where it's like it's so much of it's it's gonna be okay, but we never get to actually being okay, if that makes sense. For those who needed that clarification, it's not right, really, to make yourself a part of something that you don't truly feel. It's like so many people out there that really think that it matters the way that you talk, or the way that you spit your game. That's what it is. It's spitting your game. But people have to know it doesn't matter who's talking it, you're gonna spit your game. Like, is it just me, or is it like there are so many things that just seem unavailable when you're in a conversation and stuff? It just seems like what acknowledge at all, and it seems like you deal with, and you have to put it into layman term for you to understand it. I think that there's so many people that think that it's so much out here that you really have to stay. Then this is what I was saying though. You can't just move into a space that you're unfamiliar with because it's a lot of like surrounding it. Now, when it comes to like, what I was talking about with the root work and shadow work and like the spiritual enlightenment or awakening or whatever, you know, this is a time to really understand what that truly means for you and what that could be for you. Because it happens every single day. It's somebody that wakes up every single day. And when that happens, the universe rejoices. It jumps up and down because it knows that it was time for that to happen. It's like when the brownie's in the oven and then like the timer go off, but you gotta check the brownie. And then you check the brownie and like, you know, you put the toothpick in the brownie and it come out all clear instead of crumbly and nasty and mushy and wet and stuff. And you be salty when you take them brownies out though too early. And it be all nasty and mushy and shit. But no, the universe literally jumps up and down for joy when somebody wakes up. And I think that this is a time to really understand what that's gonna bring you. Cause these are my last little recordings. It keeps saying that my memory gone. But I promise you, I keep deleting things that if it's 300 megabytes, okay, so I got about 10 apps worth of video content on this motherfucker apparently. But no, what I'm really wishing to say is that we all ascend and that we awake in our greatest possibility in a way that we can, in the ways in which we can, because it's gonna be times where you're gonna have to revisit the things that you're dealing with now one day. And that's all an awakening is. It's just a revisiting of the things of your past. And then you move on. It's so many different things and signs that you have to understand that, like, no matter what, like, I know those who come before me and everything. And I know that within me, because that's something that's within me, is it's them. It's what was. And so, what makes it easier on my journey as I continue to spiritually awaken and everything, I truly take a step back and I truly stand up to myself when I'm not feeling it. On the days that I'm not feeling it, I stand up to myself and I tell myself, you know, it's gonna be okay. And that's a hard thing for me to do, I promise you.